another season, another blessings. God bless you for tuning in, and I pray that God will bless you. I pray God will lift you up in the midst of your situation, in the midst of the storm that's going on right now. I want to encourage you that God is able. There is nothing greater, there's nothing powerful than being in the presence of God. Tonight our blessings is going to be taken from the book of Psalms 27 verses 4. And it says what? My heart delights that I be in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. What's important about being in the presence of God? Or in the presence of God? Imagine with me. When you see your father and you're a baby, you run into your father. He holds you and he grabs you. You feel comfortable. You feel protected. You feel most above all what? Loved. You feel like he's paying attention to you. You feel like he's cherishing you right now. You feel like it's about you and him. It's not about what's going around, but it's about you and him. And so that's the importance of being in God's presence. When you're in God's presence, God will not allow the things in the world to come in between your relationship with him. He will not allow the problems that you're going through. He will not allow the situation that you're going through. He will not allow the storm that's going through. You may be being bullied at school, but guess what? God will not allow even bullies to enter into the relationship that you have between you and him. So I encourage you as friends, always be in the presence of God. When you're in the presence of God, there is joy, there's liberty, there's freedom. There is no problem. There is no situation. There is no pain. There is nothing completely. But the only thing that there is joy and love and laughter and comfort. I don't know what you're going through, but I do want to encourage you. Whatever storms that came in your life, enter into the presence of God. I know some people say, okay, well, in order for me to be in the presence of God, I have to be a worshiper, or I have to play music. No. God blessed us with all different gifts, different voices. I don't know how to sing, but I know how to talk to my Father. I have an ugly voice, but in the midst of my voice, Father, I just praise you with this song. And I just sit in awe of you. And I just worship you today. Do you feel that? You feel that peace that's in your heart right now? Do you feel that peace that's moving around your house, in your room? Do you feel that? That's because I open myself. And I'm just speaking to him. How are you doing, Father? You're such a good God, and I just love you. You see, as you do that, God, with his unconditional love, will come and overshadow your room, will overshadow your house, will overshadow everything that's happening. And guess what? It will be about you and him, nothing else. Perfect example. Do you know Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? When they're in that the burning furnace, they just focused on who? On God and God only. They didn't figure about that. They didn't worry about fires around them. They didn't worry about they're gonna burn. They didn't worry about none of that stuff. But all they worried about was, Father, we're in your presence. Let it rain. And as they did that, guess what? The Bible says the king Nebuchadnezzar, he looked through the gate, he looked through, and as he was looking through, what happens? 1, 2, 3, a fourth person. Guess what happened? Jesus was with them. Not even a hair on their skin were burnt. Their skin was still intact. They were still smiling. Because they were in the presence of God. And when they were in the presence of God, God did not allow the storm, the pandemic, the situation that's happening to touch them. They focused on God and God only. And guess what happened? God, with His unconditional love, His glory, His majestic self, came and covered them. I want to encourage you that in this midst of this season, be in the presence of God. Be in the presence of God, and you'll find your liberty. You'll find your peace. You'll find your success. You'll find everything that you need in His presence. In His presence alone is where we'll find peace. We will only find peace. If this message blesses you, I do encourage you to hit the subscribe button, the like, and the bell. For every single time we load videos, be sure you'll be notified. And as you watch this message and you believe God touched you, and you know this message can touch somebody else, or you know someone is going through this problem, do encourage, share it to them. Tag them along. And watch God do miraculous things.